All right, everybody, we can get started. Jen, you can go ahead and then grab in.
Coach, a W is a W. What allowed you to lock this one down in the fourth quarter after a slow start?
Well, we played well down the stretch of the game. We defended well. We rebounded well down the stretch in the game. So the last 7-8 minutes of the game, Jen, we played pretty well. For the rest of the night, especially based on who they had, they played harder than we did. They played more focused than we did. They played better than we did. We had more talent on the floor, which is what kept us close. And then our guys finished it out well.
Naji Marshall had his fingerprints all over this game, 15 points for him. What do you like best about what he brings to your squad?
Energy. Plays hard all the time, and we go up and down in that department, and Naji doesn't go up and down. So that more than anything is what I like that he brings. And then he did a great job putting the ball on the floor tonight, taking it to the rim, making plays, and made a couple of threes. Even though Brandon and Zion had big numbers, if we look at both ends of the floor and how the game went, I would have to say Naji was probably our MVP tonight.
Coach, I'm curious. Did you actually see Jackson Hayes' half-court shot at halftime?
Yes.
Okay. And also the way that Osman was weaving in and out. I know the transition defense was tough, but I know frustration-wise, their second chance opportunities really in the first half were a big key in the ball game.
Listen, even in the second half, Okoro running in and we're not blocking him out. We don't get back early enough in transition. I was happy with the way we finished the game, but just being honest, and this isn't me ranting and raving, we didn't play hard enough or focused enough tonight. We just did not bring what you should bring to a game. And transition defense was a big part of it. I thought we were horrendous in transition all night.
Stan, Christian Clark, you talked before the game just about appropriate fear no matter the opponent. Just how does a team get that? What does it take for them to understand what you have to bring to the game every night?
It's a great question. Maturity. Haven't seen these kind of things enough, I guess. Experience. Isaac Okoro, career high. Dean Wade, career high. Kevin Love, season high. Dellavedova, season high in assists. This was Cleveland Cavalier record-setting night against the New Orleans Pelicans. What I said to him after the game, I've said many times, I have unbelievable respect for anyone who's good enough to play in this league. You have to be a great player to ever set foot on an NBA floor. A great player. So they're all capable on one night. I don't know how you would take anybody lightly. There isn't one guy in this league that on any given night can't kick your ass. So I don't know how you take anybody lightly. I don't know how you take a team lightly. I don't know how you take an individual lightly. So I can't explain what leads into that kind of mindset.
Yeah, you mentioned the issue with the effort in certain instances tonight. How valuable was it to have what Naji was bringing on both ends with his energy, especially defensively, the way he was, defending a bunch of guys out there and just making plays when you needed it.
Yeah, he was great. And then they missed some shots they could have made down the stretch. Even then, we had some defensive breakdowns, but they missed, and we rebounded the ball well. So, like I said, I love what Naji did. I love the way we finished the game. And I'm pretty well out of positives on that.
And also, we've talked about the way you guys have closed games this year. Just what did you like about what y'all did in the final few minutes?
Well, I thought we got good shots on every possession, and I thought we rebounded the ball.
It feels weird, I think, that we haven't talked about Zion. I was going to ask about Naji, but I think we're Naji'd out right now. It's a 38-9 game for him. What do you like about the way that he is starting to take over at the end of games, looking for not only his shot, but getting other guys involved, it seems like, at the right times?
Yeah, here's the thing with Zion. You get so spoiled because as the game was going on, I got to be honest. My thinking was, boy, this isn't one of his better nights. Like he's just not as good tonight. And then you look at the stat sheet at the end of the game and you go, whoa, 38, 9, and 4. Like, ooh. Now he did have 4 turnovers, but I thought he was tired tonight. We had to play him, big minutes, and it gave him a shorter rest in the fourth quarter because of where the game was. And that's why we went to Brandon a couple of times down the stretch, I think, using Zion as a screener. And I say this in all seriousness, that's what happens is you set a standard. And Zion, at 20 years old, has set a really high standard to where his coach can look at a game where he has 38, 9, and 4 and going, it just isn't his best night tonight. It's just, that's the standard he set. I didn't think that he got into the game defensively. I didn't think Brandon got into the game defensively. So those guys combined for 65 points, 12 assists. I don't know how many rebounds, but and I think we need more out of them, quite honestly. I think we need more. I think those are the two franchise guys. I don't care if other guys are older. Those are the two franchise guys. They have to lead the way. And to be able to lead, they have to set an example, and not just on offense, at the defensive end of the floor. And I thought they both could have brought more to the game on the defensive end of the floor. So, again, I love what they did offensively. I love both of those guys. They're high character guys, good players, about all the right things. I know they want to win. I know they want to lead. I know they've still got a lot to learn, and they're trying damn hard to learn it. But part of it is they have to take accountability that even with those huge numbers, they weren't good enough tonight. They need to bring more to the game.
Yeah, I guess how tough is it to kind of sell that message when you say, guys, you got 38, 27, but we need more. You know what I mean? When you kind of put as much as you put on those guys offensively, how tough is it to sell that message? We need more.
Yeah, but listen, the whole what you put on guys offensively, it doesn't stand up to scrutiny. I've said that to you guys numerous times. So the Clippers, their two best offensive players, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. What do they bring to the game defensively? The Lakers, they win a championship. Their two best players offensively are LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And they're their two best players defensively. We can go team by team. Philly's two best players, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, both all defense type of guys. So no, there can't be an excuse of, you put so much on them offensively. The best teams, those best players, play both ends of the floor, period. That's the way it is. And look, those two guys understand that. It's not like I'm fighting them. I'm not. Okay, I love those two guys. And I love what they're all about. But they've got to get there defensively, or they're going to be guys who put up numbers and don't get the number of wins they want. Because it's about a lot more than numbers to win games. And I don't think, and I hope, I've already said it to them, I hope neither one of them are happy with what they brought to the game tonight. I really hope they're not, because that's where they need to be. They need to expect more out of themselves. They need to expect to play both ends of the floor, okay? And I think they do, and I think they get it. So this isn't a head coach going off on his two players. I'm not going off on them at all. They were great. I talked to them afterwards. I love them both, but they got to bring more.
Coach, on that note, Kyra, you could see the frustration on his face at different moments during the game and on the bench. Obviously, he had a tall task tonight. What do you hope he takes away from tonight's game in terms of learning moments?
Yeah, listen, that's all it is with Kyra. Kyra's effort was outstanding. He was working hard. Just not really playing guys really, really smart tonight. Just wasn't. And so we got on him a few times about that. That was frustrating him. But, it wasn't an effort problem. Wasn't even really a technique problem. It was honing in on personnel. And that's something that part of your job description is knowing who you're playing. Thought he could have done a little bit better job there. But, you look, and he didn't have a great night. He might have been frustrated. And We were plus 10 with him on the floor tonight.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Yep.